Good evening. Welcome to 7 News. Hundreds of anti-lockdown protesters have been arrested for attacking police in a violent game of cat and mouse across Melbourne. A massive operation to shut down the city left motorists in gridlock as the angry mob marched in a wild 2-hour standoff.
Here in Perth, around 2,000 people packed Forest Chase to demand their freedom, even though we're living in a state with no COVID restrictions. As Joey Catanzaro reports, the Premier was even compared to Adolf Hitler.
Rage versus reason. Fury versus facts. An angry mob in Melbourne overruns police lines in Richmond and Hawthorn.
Go, boys! You gotta fight him, you gotta fight or what?
Spreading mixed messages, possibly spreading the virus, definitely spreading violence and unrest. Today, 535 new cases in Melbourne and 1 death. 1,331 new cases in Sydney and another 6 deaths. And this, pandemic protests across the country.
Are we here for freedom?
In Perth, thousands gathered in Forest Place.
You've got to speak up. You've got to speak up for your rights, and we're here to...
For freedom?
To speak up, yeah, 100%.
In COVID-free WA? Testing about having a vaccine you don't have to have?
I don't have to have it. Of course I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to have it. Why are you protesting?
Because the deep state are trying to kill the world, mate.
The vaccine gives you COVID.
The vaccine gives you COVID. Do you think COVID's not real?
I believe COVID is a common cold.
The media is the virus!
The media is the virus!
Another common sentiment, hostility towards the media.
You're the virus, mate!
I want you to do proper investigative journalism, which you don't appear to be able to do.
Where are you doing your investigative journalism?
Well, I actually look on the internet.
Government measures to fight COVID were likened to fascism. Premier Mark McGowan compared to Adolf Hitler. But the actual neo-Nazis were marching in support of the protest. They're called Proud Boys, a far-right group linked to such extreme violence. It's listed as a terrorist organisation in Canada.
Couldn't help but notice your jackets.
They marched on Royal Perth Hospital. Among their number, some who say they are employed in WA's healthcare sector. They now face losing their job if they refuse to get vaccinated.
Where do you work?
St John's in Subiaco.
And you're being sacked because you don't want to be vaccinated?
I do not consent to the vaccine. I will maintain my health. And that's the most important thing, my rights and my health.
COVID contradictions between states. Parents here, worried about the effects of the vaccine on their children, marched on a day when 100 pregnant women were forced into isolation in a Melbourne hospital after an outbreak there. Marching alongside them, some with more extreme views of shadowy global conspiracies, an uneasy marriage that interrupted one couple's wedding. Rallying on church grounds, refusing to say, "I do," to the government's call to get vaccinated. Protesting for freedom in COVID-free WA, angry about restrictions we don't have. The only things spreading here are confusing contradictions. Back in Melbourne, public transport was shut down. Lockdown frustration turning to fury. But in Perth, it was just a war of words.
Tell the truth! Tell the truth!
Joey Catanzaro, 7 News.